Okay. All right, here we are. So this is actually episode 8. I was saying episode 8 on Vinny's episode, but this is episode 8. Vinny was 7. So episode 8, 210 podcast. We are at Alamo Beer Company once again. Gracious host, amazing beer. Just released a new Alamango beer. Delicious.
Very good.
Check it out. How long is the Alamango beer available?
3 months.
3 months. So, and y'all dropped it when?
It'll drop April 1st.
Okay. April, May, June. Got it. So make sure to come check it out. Alamo Beer Company in San Antonio, Texas. All right. We got a very special guest today. Selestial Alcoser.
Oh, wow.
And I'm saying it like that because I think we've had this conversation before, but I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name. Mm-hmm. But like my Mexican ancestors are telling me, Selestial Alcoser.
They would be right.
Are they?
Yeah, that is how you say it.
That's the real way, right?
That's the real way.
I fucking do it.
Yeah.
Got it. You're welcome, Grandma. How do you pronounce it? Because I've heard everybody pronounce it differently.
Yeah. So I personally pronounce it Selestial Alcoser.
Celestial Alcoser.
Yes.
Because you're from Somerset.
Well, and you say it in Spanish, and people are like, "Say it again." So it doesn't really help. So I just figured let's simplify
Celestial
it.
Alcoser.
Make it easier.
What are some different ways you've heard it? Other people say it.
Well, they won't even finish the first name. They'll just say Celeste.
You know, to be honest, I did that for a long time when I first met you.
Really?
Well, I got it from Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Because Jerry does it.
He spells my name wrong. He's known me the longest. Spells it wrong all the time.
He says it wrong too, but you know.
Says it and spells it.
Celeste.
No, yeah. So I've heard Celestial Alcoser.
Alcoser, okay.
Yeah, they'll say Celeste.
How do your parents say it?
They say Celestial.
Celestial, same?
Yeah.
Does it bother you if people say Celeste?
I wouldn't like correct you if you did it, but in my head, I'm just like, I don't like it
There's
shortened.
a couple more letters there.
Yeah.
I got you.
How can you leave out the rest? No, really. So I wouldn't correct you if you did it that way, but for me, it's like, I actually really like my name. Like the meaning behind it and everything is cool. So I'm like, just say it.
Okay. What is the meaning behind it?
So
Stars, right? Like,
yeah, it's like heavenly, that area, but actually I was named after my grandma's favorite prayer.
oh.
Yeah. So even me being like here
Do you
today
know
is
the
like,
prayer? Is there like a how long is it? Do you know it?
I don't know it to like recite it.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's like, oh man, it's about to get deep.
I know. Just sit here, just going.
Hat off.
So it's the Padre de Celestial prayer. And I was like a miracle baby. So
What do you mean miracle baby? What does that mean?
So I was 3 months premature.
No way.
Yes.
What were you, like 2 pounds?
Yeah, like 2 pounds, 4 ounces, I believe. What? Exactly.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. And I was a twin, which nobody knows.
Really?
Yeah.
But like not a twin.
No, yeah, not a twin.
Oh, okay. Dang. You got siblings?
I have 4 siblings.
And none of them were premature?
Mm-mm.
Are you the baby?
I am the baby.
Dang. Well, look at you, miracle baby from the stars.
I don't know.
Your grandma's proud.
Hopefully.
It. Yeah, guarantee it. Cool. Okay, so miracle baby, where are you from?
I'm from Somerset, Texas.
Somerset, born and raised?
Born and raised.
Okay, cool. And that's just outside of San Antonio.
30 miles or something like that.
Yeah, just a little out there, out in the middle of nowhere. What got you into music?
I think it was my siblings. So
Are they musicians?
They're not. I'm the only musician in the family.
It was just their interest in music? Like,
so
what do you mean?
when I was younger, me and my older sister shared a room. Well, like 3 of us shared a room. And she had a radio that would just play all night, like through the night and everything. And I was told that the next morning I would wake up and sing like the songs that were new to the radio. I didn't know they were new. But I think while I was sleeping, I was just kind of memorizing. Yeah. And so from when I could remember, like I just really loved music.
Really? And like singing. So you started singing at what age?
Probably like 5, 6.
Okay. But you're not performing at that age, are you?
No. So what I would do is go to like the local bars. If you're from a small town, like they don't really care.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Everything's kid friendly.
They're like, it's basically a daycare.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Your parents are spending money.
Yeah.
We're fine.
And so they would do these karaoke nights, and you write on this little piece of paper, put it in the bowl, they pick it up, and you can sing. And so our parents would take me and my older sister Cecily to this karaoke, and we would go with like our CDs, like we're ready to go for real. And so just from then, I was just like, I enjoy the performing aspect of it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, and so when did you go from being a teen in a bar illegally singing karaoke to I want to write music, perform music? Was that like in high school? When did you pick up the guitar? When did all that happen?
So I learned how to play guitar at 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I was going from 6th grade to 7th grade.
Okay.
And I had seen some of my favorite artists play, and I was like, I thought, oh, if you want to sing, like you have to play the instrument too.
Like who? Who's what are these favorite artists you're talking about?
So the first one, especially being a female, and she was in her country part of her career, was Taylor Swift. I mean, everyone.
What was that first song that she came out with?
I think it was
Tim McGraw?
Tim McGraw.
Right?
But the one that like I loved was Our Song.
Like kind of a poppy song, right? It's a little more upbeat. All the Taylor Swift fans are probably pissed at me. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Why don't you know that?
Yeah.
No, so it started off with wanting to play the guitar. I told my parents, like, she plays guitar. I think that's what I need to do. So for Christmas, they bought me a guitar. And it wasn't, she played acoustic guitar, and they got me an electric one. Like, none of them knew the difference. It was just.
Yeah. She wants a guitar. Get her one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Squire electric guitar. Like.
That's a good beginner guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Like a Fender Squire. Is that what it is?
Well, it's not. I think Fender makes it, but it's like the cheaper version of like.
Yeah.
Fenders,
Like their,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I cried when I got it. I was like, I don't care what it is. Like, I wanted a guitar. So I got that, and I taught myself how to play.
Nice.
Yeah, like ear training, stuff like that. Then going into 7th grade.
How long? So that you just kind of played it every single night, every single day until you got good at it?
I think I more studied what it was. Just like oh,
music
she does
theory?
this. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how to read music or any of that. Yeah,
I think a lot of
which is
musicians
nuts.
don't, right? Like they just kind of, like you said, they learn by ear.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told that's the best way to learn because now your ears like trained to hear certain things, and so
makes
it's
sense.
better. Whereas people who learn music, it's more like beats and
Right. It's almost mechanical
yeah.
when they're playing and performing music.
When you're ear training, it's like feeling,
Yeah.
which
That's pretty cool. So when you picked up the guitar, you were just kind of listening to songs, maybe learned a chord or two, right? Just kind of watching music videos probably.
not really picking it up because I'm like, I don't know where to start, really. I just know it was something that I wanted to do. Until getting to 7th grade, I'm looking and they're like band or mariachi or like PE or whatever.
Like an elective in school.
Yes. And I was like, I don't know Spanish, but they have a guitar in there. So I was like, sign myself up for mariachi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that where it kicked off?
It really did.
How long did you do mariachi for?
2 years. So I did it 7th and 8th.
Nice.
But I was also a part of like the competition group.
So did you play guitar and sing with mariachi or just guitar?
So I was always like scared to sing in front of people. It's weird. You go from a phase of like being young, no cares of who hears you or anything, to being like, are people going to judge me for doing this? And so you kind of hold back. So at this point, I was scared to sing in front of people. Signed myself up, did that whole thing, was able to get in. And then they kind of taught me more of the structure of music. This is like the chord progressions, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And then it wasn't until I like learned the fundamentals, I guess, of guitar that I was like, okay, going into high school, then I just like stopped playing.
Stop playing mariachi or stop playing completely?
Both.
Really? You got like bored with it?
Not bored, but being in mariachi, you're kind of taught certain songs, and I felt like I wasn't getting any better, and I wanted to be better. That I was like, going into high school, I knew it was already it's gonna be like, learn these 5 songs, we'll compete with them, whatever. And I was just
Like
not
it wasn't
into that.
challenging enough.
Yes.
So, but that made you stop completely. So that was going into, you said what? High school?
Freshman year, yeah.
Freshman year. And so if you stop completely, when did you pick it up again? Because, I mean, that's what you're doing. You're a full-time musician now. So when did you decide, I want to go back to playing music?
When everyone starts asking you what you want to do after high school.
So what is like your junior year?
Yeah, like junior year. You kind of walk in and they're like, start thinking.
Start thinking.
Yeah.
Be on the streets.
Exactly. For real.
So so walk me through your thought process when mom and dad are saying, all right, you're going to graduate here in about a year and a half, 2 years. What do you want to do? What was your thought process? How did you eliminate college in your mind? How did you eliminate going to get a job in your mind, like a traditional job, right?
Yeah.
And decided on music again after stopping music. You know, you're already out of music for 2 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So walk me through your thought process.
For me, it was more, okay, I know that's something I really, really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I was good in school, like great classes, stuff like that, kind of like the top of whatever we were doing.
So you were a smart kid.
Yeah. So
you could have gotten to college.
Exactly.
Easily.
And that was like the shocker thing. It was like, do I want to go to college and pick something that I don't know if I actually love that? And then once you're in, you're kind of like too far in to go back.
Yeah.
And
Waste a lot
so
of time and money.
exactly. Yeah, college is expensive too.
Right.
And I mean, it was more of, do I want to do my beginning college years figuring out what I want to do, or try something that I know that I really love? So
That's really cool. Did you kind of come to that realization yourself, or did you have like a mentor, or like were you following somebody that kind of helped your mind? Because I mean, at 18 years old, or even younger than that, at 16, you know, that's a pretty mature mindset to think of and not feel the pressure of parents and society to pick a college degree and pursue that. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you
That's
have a
right.
mentor or somebody kind of guiding you in that thought process?
at that point, I didn't. And I
Nice.
think the most important part was my parents.
What do you mean?
They were the ones that you can have parents that tell you that's kind of risky. I don't know if you want to do that. And then my parents were being there like, we've known you've loved this for so long. If you're going to do it, go like full fledged.
So they're very supportive.
Exactly. They told us, they were all, pick what you want to do because you're never going to be that young again. And you're never going to have like that momentum, I guess, to go after it. I mean, you're fresh out of high school. You're like, let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so I think it was really them that really pushed me like, okay, if you're going to do
Nice.
this, we'll stand behind you. And then,
Nice.
but we want you to work twice as hard as anybody because
Yeah. Because now
That's
you
how
gotta
it's gonna
prove
work.
that it is going to be something for an adult to be doing, right? Because I mean, it's different if you're just playing music in your garage, or if you're, turning it into a profession.
exactly.
Right. So good for you. I mean, I think you're doing great. I know it's rude
Thank you.
to ask how old you are, but how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. So you've been doing this for a little while now.
Yes.
Oh, good. So you're doing well.
yeah.
Well enough.
I'd say so.
Well enough.
I see. I mean, I feel like we're in this every single day.
Yeah.
So we kind of don't see the progress. But I look back and I'm like, just a year ago,
Yeah.
the amount of shows I was playing, anything wasn't what it is today. And you
Yeah.
forget that because you're on the journey that you forget like, oh, let
Yeah.
me sit and look back at what I've
Let
done.
me, let me just kind of back up and look at this, everything I've done. Yeah, for sure. And I think everybody can kind of relate to that. They get kind of stuck in where they're at. They're like, man, I wish I was further. And like you said, you look back and you're like, damn, I've actually come pretty far already. Yeah, good for you.
I think we're all guilty of that. Like
Yeah.
even me, I'm all, what do the next 3 months look like?
Yeah.
What does the rest of the year look like? When it's all, I should enjoy this because a year ago I was wishing I was here.
Exactly. That's a really, really good point. I love that. So something me and a couple of friends were talking about a couple of days ago, because, I work with a lot of musicians. We obviously interview nothing but musicians right now. How do you stay very focused and motivated when you're playing a ton of gigs, you're playing the same songs the majority of the time? Obviously, you're still learning new music and you're writing new music, but how do you keep it from becoming a very monotonous and tedious job?
That's a good question. I think music now in San Antonio is very different because of the group that's in it right now. I think it's friends.
Okay.
Like I remember being 17. I think it was at the end of me being 17 that I started actually doing this. And I was around much older people than me. Like a 17-year-old, like going around and people are married and have families. And I'm there like, okay, we're all doing this together, and didn't know anybody younger at all. I was always kind of like, I wish I had friends that were my age that were going through life at the same rate that I am and stuff. And then I met a few of the San Antonio artists that you know now. And I was just like, okay, like this feels really cool. This is fun.
Yeah.
Now we all just talk and are telling each other where we're at in our own careers. And I think we kind of inspire each other.
So like
Which-
the support group is what you're saying is what keeps it from like, oh, I'm doing this by myself. I'm just going to a job. There's nobody else feeling what I'm feeling.
Exactly.
Very good. I like that. Very cool. And you're right. I think, and just seeing it firsthand from the outside looking in, I can definitely see how much you guys support each other. Going to each other's shows, going up on stage, singing songs with each other. I mean, even just the other night at Stetson Dance Hall, I think there was like 5 or 6 of y'all on stage at one point.
I know.
Which was pretty cool to see, you know? Very cool. Very good. What do you enjoy most? Now that you're obviously making, writing, producing your own music, what do you enjoy most about that process?
I think the whole process is very different. I really love writing. I've always been like growing up, I love stories. I love telling stories, stuff like that. And so I love the writing process of starting with the story, ending, whatever, making you feel the story. I think that's my main goal in all of my songs is maybe you haven't gone through it, but I hope you feel something at the end of the song. So that part is very different from the producing, being in a studio, live musicians and stuff. So I like both for the reason of I'm creatively writing the song and then I'm creatively playing it and hoping that both emotions match and
I like that.
that
I
happens.
see that. If you were to look at, you know, and this is kind of going back to what we were saying, like it's enjoy the moment, right? But obviously you've got plans and you're looking forward to the future and what you're trying to accomplish. What do you hope to accomplish with your music? Like what is the end goal, or what would you like to see as the Selestial Alcoser legacy?
I would hope that you hear my music and get the vibe of who I am. For me, I feel like I'm on stage and doing the songs and all that kind of stuff. But when I'm up there, it's more like, I hope you just see the heart of what it is, you know?
Explain that to me a little bit more. What do you mean, like the vibe? What is the Celestial vibe?
I
that
think
you
we're
hope people
finding
can get
it
it,
every
yeah?
day.
Oh, that's great. That's a really good way of looking at it. Finding it every day.
Yeah.
But how do you like? Man, that's a tough kind of topic to go into because I don't know how to even word the question. Like, how do you project the vibe that you want people to see while you're on stage? Because you said like, you know, we're just kind of playing the music and you see it and it happens and you're gone. Like, how do you plan on projecting that vibe to your fans
I think,
or people in the crowd?
yeah,
whatever
I
just
think
seen
you
the first
can
time?
plan it as much as you want and then you go on stage and I always tell my guys before every single show, I'm like, just go out there and do it for the reason that you want to do it, which is we just love music at the end of it. You know, at the end of the day, if none of our names were posted on whatever website, whatever, it's like at the end of the day, we're musicians that love this.
Yeah.
So let's do it because we love it. So we're on stage and the vibe I want to put out to people, we're just there to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm playing your favorite songs, sing along. Let's just connect as people. Like, forget all like ego and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and let's just be people in a room that love music. So I hope you come to a show and it's more just enjoyment. And
So is there anybody outside of Taylor Swift? Are there any musicians that inspired you who kind of give you that vibe? Like who have the vibe or are really, really good about projecting their energy on stage or when they're performing?
I think it changes with new music that I hear. Right now, I really love Hardy
Okay.
and like,
Very rock, country.
yeah, I love songs that really hit hard. So just
Hit
music.
hard like rock hit hard or like hit hard emotionally?
I think it's gold when it's both.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I don't know, because I feel like, okay, Cody Johnson, you go to a show and like you feel it. Whereas I've never been to a Hardy show, but seeing what he posts and stuff, it's more like you can feel it in your chest, like it's hitting hard.
Like you can relate to it more.
Yes, kind of.
Kind of.
Huh. That's a good one.
Who else other than Hardy? Because Hardy's great. I think Hardy's a great example of somebody who's doing it their way and kind of just being a leader of fuck everybody, I'm doing it, and it's an incredible sound. But I don't know who else is doing it like that. I think Cole was doing it for a little while. I don't know. This last album was good.
Yes. I I like how it's really changing.
In what sense?
Because, I mean, back then, at least, country sounded very different. Whereas country now, it's what does country mean to you?
Yeah, it's
And
a
that's what
very
they're doing.
mixed genre, right?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, we've interviewed some like hip hop country, obviously the rock country. I think everybody's really leaning towards that rock, grungy, really tough country right now. I hope it doesn't get so saturated that it gets dull.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
What do
would
you think
agree
about,
with
like,
that because
you know what I mean? Because
you hear too
everybody's
much of
shooting
it
for
and then it's just going to be
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's
I've
like,
heard that sound.
yeah, everybody sounds like that, right? What do you think about people like Tyler Childers and like Zach Bryan? Because they're a little different.
They are.
Right?
I really love their music though.
Yeah. I feel like they have that same emotional connection with their music and the audience. I feel like when they perform, and I've never seen either one perform, but just watching videos, like you can't help but be drawn into those kind of artists.
I think you just, even if you're playing it off your phone, you hear their music and it's like, oh, that sounds like Texas or home, or like that's the vibe that I get.
Yeah.
Even like recently, I just played it. Me and my family were just in our home, and I'm there and I'm playing it, and my brother-in-laws are there, and they're just like, it's a vibe of just, oh, this is just a comfortable, but it's country, but it's very different as well. I don't know. I feel like they encapsulate like their vibe, country music, and the
Definitely.
lyrics very well.
Yeah. That's difficult, I think, nowadays too, is to have that unique style. I feel like a lot of artists get like we were saying, like if you hear too much of it, it's like, oh, I've heard that style.
Yeah.
I feel
But they
like-
feel like if I write songs like that, then it'll work.
Right.
But it's like that
'Cause
doesn't work for everybody
loves
else.
it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's a really good point. I feel like a lot of artists get kind of lost in that mentality. Like I'm gonna write and sing and produce like this guy because it's hitting hard. But then you don't. What doesn't work, why it doesn't work, is because it's not them, right? It's not themselves, right?
And that's what even new artists coming in, I hope that they're not thinking writing a certain way or making certain sounds in their music is what's going to make it hit or anything. I mean, you never know what's going to hit. It could be the most random song, and then it's an app that made it come to light or
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah.
it's like you never really know what's going to happen. The best you could do is just be yourself.
Yeah. Do you find yourself, and I agree with that, you definitely have to be yourself when you're writing and making music. Do you find yourself being over influenced by other country artists sometimes? I was talking, and the reason I asked this because I was talking to another artist a few weeks ago, and I had asked him, "Have you listened to the new Morgan Wallen album?" Right, like right when it dropped, it was like 36 freaking songs, right?
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take you weeks
That's
to get through
wild.
it. But his comment was, "No, and I probably won't, because I don't want to know what everybody else is doing." And like my question to you is like, do you find yourself listening to music because it's good, right? But then like maybe subconsciously or consciously getting over influenced by what everybody else is doing? Kind of going with the conversation we're having, and like in your own writing and style.
I don't think so. I think when I'm listening to music, I'm just listening to enjoy it. Whereas I'm listening to the lyrics and stuff like that, but it's not like, what can I pull from them? I think if you're listening with the wrong mindset, you could get influenced. But I don't know. To me, I'm just like, if I ever even tried that, that wouldn't work for me.
Yeah.
So
Good. That's good. That's good to know. I mean, it was a question I had whenever I had that conversation. I was like, man, I wonder if artists even think about that. Because like,
maybe some don't even know what's happening.
That's what I'm saying. It could happen subconsciously. I'm like, man, I wonder if anybody else has even put that on the forefront of their mind and saying, damn, I am fucking over listening to this artist, and now all my music is starting to sound like this person. You know what I mean?
That's why I think you need to like change it up. Listen to country, listen to rap, listen to everything.
So
because they're influenced by maybe not country artists.
For sure. I mean, some of the album or songs on Morgan Wallen's album, I think, are influenced by rap songs. And so, okay, so what other genres do you listen to? Like, what other artists do you listen to outside of the country genre?
I listen to pop music. I'll listen to rap. I'll listen to reggaeton. Like I'm all over the place. If someone mentions an artist, I'll just go down the rabbit hole of listening to them, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool vibe. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really down with everything.
Any specific artist in another genre that you're like, that's my go-to?
My go-to.
And it's funny. I was having another conversation. I have a lot of conversations with a lot of random people, but what's your go-to like jam? Like when you're having the fucking best day of your life, like do you have go-to type of music? Like maybe not a specific artist, but like a go-to genre when you're just like feeling yourself.
Huh. Maybe
Is it country?
like throwback hip hop songs.
Examples. Give me one. One, if you were to go to your Spotify right now, you're like leaving, you're like, man, that was a dope ass interview with 210. I'm gonna put on this song.
It's an Usher song. What is it called though?
You gotta sing a little bit of it.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. I just listened to it the other day, and like I'll wake up and put this song on.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of song I'm talking about.
Okay. Can I look it up real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. I swear. It's like the weirdest. And I feel like every morning I wake up with a different vibe. And I'm just like, oh, I'm feeling more like
Reggaeton.
slow or more like it's quicker or something. Let me see. It's right here. It's under hip hop throwback.
Saved playlist.
It is. Oh, yeah, by Usher.
Oh, that's a banger. Yeah. That shit will get you hyped at any moment of the day.
No, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't remember that title. Maybe because it's so simple. No, you put that one on like anytime. It's just like
it gets everybody going.
You're bobbing your head.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I like it. Okay, we're going to flip the 180, right? Am I doing the math right? What's your like, I'm fucking depresso right now song? I'm just going to go lay down. I don't want to see nobody.
Don't want to see
I fucking hate life right now. What's that song?
Huh.
Watch
Do I have to look?
Magic.
Let me see. A sad song.
Well,
that's never
sad?
like.
You're never sad? You're like, I don't play music like that.
Okay, I'll name a new artist.
Okay.
Because I found him off of TikTok.
Ooh.
But it's a song called "If I Was a Cowboy" by Matt Schuster.
Schuster. Spell that.
Schuster.
Okay. Matt
Schuster.
Schuster. What was the name of the song?
Matt.
No,
Oh.
the song.
If I Was a Cowboy.
If I Was a Cowboy. What's the song about?
It's saying like.
I mean, obviously, if I was a cowboy, but.
Well, yeah. And he's writing it from a totally different perspective, but I saw it as because it says like if I was a little more like John Wayne and stuff like that. So it's like if I were a little more rugged, would it work? So I put it towards my life. It's like me being a female in the country industry. It's like if I was if I was a male in this industry, would it be different? Would stuff change? Would things be easier? Like, I don't know. So I listened to it from, cool. Man, if I was a cowboy, would it be simpler to do this? But
man, that's pretty cool. That's a good one. I'm going to have to listen to that one.
But he has like a stripped down version.
What
and
does that mean?
That means like acoustic guitar.
Oh, okay. Stripped down means
vocals.
like there's no, okay, got it. That makes sense. Ooh,
less production.
Yeah, just him and a guitar.
But I mean, you listen to music like that and that makes you listen.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm going to have to check that one out now. Wish we could take a pause and just listen to it. No, we'll do it next time. Good stuff. Okay, cool. So with that same kind of questions, when you're in those emotional states, if you're having a great time, do you feel like writing music?
I don't know. I'm inspired in different moods.
If you're sad, do you feel like writing music?
Yeah, I feel like when you're more sad, it's like, and you just sit down and write it out.
Fuck that guy, I'm writing a song about him.
I'm gonna write about you.
Yeah.
No,
it's gonna be number one. Don't worry, you'll hear it.
And then I'll never tell you it's about you. No, yeah, I feel like when you're sad because all your emotions are just there.
Mm-hmm. So could you ever write a happy song when you're sad? Because I mean, you just got to be happy songs out there sometime, right? Like
I think happier songs are harder to write.
Why
and it's
so?
for that reason. I think I am more inspired whenever it's like in a more down mood.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean inspired? Like, why are you more inspired? Just because maybe you're trying to make sense of your emotions? Yeah,
it's just like writing it out.
Yeah.
I feel like music writing specifically and stuff like that is like therapy without going to therapy.
Yeah.
Not that definitely. It's bad to go. I think it's great if you go like you're bettering yourself, learning more about yourself.
No, for sure. Vinny said the exact same thing. Like him writing music is therapy.
I think it really is.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then the whole world hears it.
And the whole world hears it, right? You're like, I was fine. That was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. I was good the whole time.
Yeah, no. That was somebody else I was talking about.
Yeah. That is the thing. You write a song and it comes out, and then everyone's like,
Are you
who's
okay?
it about? Yeah. They
That's-
just want to know why. And you're all, I
is
just
that
wanted
what,
to write it.
What's the song you released recently? Or was it last year? Late last year? Is it
Arm's Length?
Yeah.
I know on the 18th, it was 1 year since it's been out.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so was that one of those moments and times in somebody's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. But it's weird because I try and write personal experience, but you don't want to make it too personal where it's like no one's ever going to understand what I'm talking about. So it's kind of just like the
Yeah.
glossed
You got to make it
over version.
relatable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not think about that either, because at the end of the day, like some people write the most hard hitting songs and it's so personal to them, and you're like, I actually have felt that too.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know, I was actually learning that about I think it was who sings 3 a.m. Is that Matchbox 20?
3 a.m.
I think Reckless Kelly redid it. 3 a.m. You know that song? Matchbox, right? Matchbox 20, right? So that song, when you listen to it, I've been listening to it fucking years. I don't even know when that song came out. You hear it and you think it's about like his chick or something. And then I saw a video. It's about his mom
Oh wow.
and her going through cancer.
Total.
Gone. Go home and listen to that song, and you're gonna hear it in a
going to.
completely different light. Man, I wish you would have listened to it before I said that. Because you know what I mean? Damn.
Now I'm gonna know.
But yeah, now you're not gonna be able to like listen to it the way everybody else listened to it for years, right? But yeah, no, you definitely got to make it relatable, or else people are just gonna be like, "What the fuck is she talking about?" Yeah.
So
No,
like
we're not.
I don't connect. Like it
Yeah.
just feels like you're talking.
Yeah, you're literally talking directly to one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does the person that you wrote Arm's Length about know it was them?
No.
No way, really?
Yeah.
You do now, Jeff.
Just start naming random names.
Zachary.
Jeff. That just anytime you say Jeff, it just reminds me of the "It's me, Jeff." Right?
What movie
Is that
is
what that is? What movie is that from?
That's from the high school movie where they're like 21 Drum Street. That's what it
Okay.
is. My name is Jeff.
Poor Jeff's all around
I
the world.
love it. I know it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
funny.
All right. Moving on. All right. We've talked about other artists already. Venues in Texas. I feel like I've gotten a lot of the same answers. All right. If we're talking about Texas, right, from different musicians. So like quickly like name off some venues in Texas that you would love to play at.
I feel like the classic ones are like Floors or Green or. So let's
Outside of Texas.
Yeah, outside.
Let's talk about that.
Well, outside of Texas.
I have one at the top of my mind that like I would imagine every single country artist would love to play there.
Oh, like the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, is that like on your list? Has that ever even crossed your mind?
It has, especially whenever we went and toured it.
Mm.
It's like
I've never.
I
been
don't want
there
to ruin the
personally.
experience because it is a whole thing that they kind of take you through and then you
No,
get
I
to
don't
see
care.
it.
Ruin it.
Ruin it?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. So before you go to actually tour the actual backstage and everything, you watch like this clip, and it's almost like movie theater.
Movie theaters. Love those.
So comfortable. Movie theater seats, and it's this whole thing, and it's going through country music and the main people and certain parts of music that
Like the history.
really influenced. Yeah, it's like these were the main people, and that's why music is what it is today. But they really base it around family. Yeah, and so
you're
like
just
people
like
are in there and they're bawling, and they're just like
tugging
then-
at your heartstrings.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then you go and tour it, and so you have all this new love for it because you're like, I get why it's such a prestigious thing to get invited into.
Yeah. You
And
have like a
so-
new respect for that venue on its own. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, right? You have to get invited to play there. Right? That's the whole thing behind it.
Invited to play and then invited to even be a part of.
What do you mean a part of? Like
Like
just to go?
inducted.
Oh, inducted. I got you. So
Yeah.
if you play there, you're not inducted?
No.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Like your Opry debut
Uh-huh.
is you getting invited to go play because you're like a well-known person in country music,
But you're not inducted.
or you're doing something in country music that they feel like,
Is worthy of.
yes. And then not until you're actually invited to be a part of
Really?
are you inducted
It's like
into
a
the Grand Ole
secret
Opry.
society.
Exactly.
Or is it like a Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Did you know? I want to fact check this, but they told us that
We'll do it right
even
Mike.
George Strait isn't inducted.
Shut up. Fact check that. George Strait isn't inducted?
No.
There's some beef between the
Yeah.
owner of and George Strait. It's got to be. Oh, that's interesting.
I know. We were all, the king of country
The
is
king
not
of country, right?
inducted. I swear, because I mean, you go and you see all the plaques on the wall, and it's Kelsey Ballerini.
Oh, and those are like newer artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
relative, right?
But even at that, it's like, okay, you see some of your well-known artists that are still doing it today, and you're like, okay, where's George Strait?
So when did the Opry start? What is that? Like when was the first? Can we look that up while
I know.
Mike's
Let's see.
fact checking? Don't worry, we're gonna edit all the pauses out. Huh?
You played
Once in '82, but never inducted.
Mm-hmm.
Inducted into
I swear he's not a part of it.
Grand Ole Opry. Is that what it's? Grand Ole Opry. List of Grand Ole. There's only 70 members. That's what it says.
Is that updated?
Probably not.
But it is a small area that all these plaques are at, so it might be 70.
Oh wow. Oh, this one was December 1st of 2022. 5 country artists who were banned from the Grand Ole Opry. Let's see who it is. Hopefully it's not Hank Williams.
What?
I'm not surprised. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, let's see who's number 2. Johnny Cash.
Was banned?
He's banned, yeah. Yep.
That's
Said
wild.
during his 1965 performance, an inebriated Cash dragged the microphone stand around, smashing out of the footlights in front of the Opry stage. Isn't that in the movie? Where he smashed out the lights, right? I guess that's why he was banned. Skeeter Davis. I don't even know who that is, to be honest. Don't hate me, people. Jerry Lee Lewis. It's like all the people from the same fucking time frame, right? Dierks Bentley.
George Strait is not. I told you.
What?
That's wild, right?
There's some random beef going on there. Dierks Bentley is banned. Let's see. Who did? Oh, that's fucking. That's the king of country. That's the king of fuck your invitation. I don't need y'all. Y'all need me. That's gangster, bro. That's pretty dope. If you ever get invited, you need to do that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, if someone invites you to get inducted, you'd be like, I'm with George.
Yeah. We're with George.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. Well, okay, but you would love to play there.
I would love to play there.
Awesome.
Even like walking through, it's very much like reminds you, I love country music because of this. Like not Grand Ole Opry, but
Right.
what they stand behind and everything. It's really, I mean, if you go to experience it, like I would say go.
No, I'll definitely be there at some point. Yeah, but so like whenever let's say you got invited to perform, it's like a normal concert, right? Like people buy tickets to go see,
Yes.
right? When you perform, it's just like a normal concert. So, but when you get invited, you have to get invited. Do you get invited by like the Grand Ole Opry committee, or because I saw a video where like Parker McCullum invited William Beckman. So is it like an artist that played the Opry gets to invite him?
I
You
think
have to be
so.
a member to invite.
No, I think as long as you've played there, they
You get
kind
to
of
invite
just
people.
yeah.
Damn, I
but
invite
it's
all my
not like
friends.
I don't think it's like Parker's all. I think he deserves to be here. Pull him. I think it's more the Opry's like we want to invite this person, but we'll make it
You do it.
special by you giving the information.
Whack. Man, that'd be dope, right? I'd invite everybody.
Yeah.
Karaoke
You
night
this
at the
week.
Opry.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Play whatever you want.
Yeah, come on. We got an hour.
Yeah.
Pick a song.
You're all the band will know it.
Yeah. we're
Just
good. And
put
a
in your
one, and a
request.
two.
Yeah. First up, let's go.
Usher. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine just the whole Opry.
No, Opry just.
Just let's go. That'd be so funny.
I love it. We're gonna make our own Opry.
What are you gonna call it?
That's exactly what I was just trying to think about. We got to come up with something.
Yeah. Hey, then we'll never get invited to the Opry. He trying to make fun of us.
The competing Opry, right?
Yeah. Imagine. And the actual wood that you stand on
Mm-hmm.
it got transported from the first one. So like
I didn't know
this-
there was this first one. So there's like a second building? Is that
yeah,
what it is?
like it was an older building. Then they remade
Mm.
this new one, and the circle that everybody stands on, they actually cut out that piece of wood.
Really?
'Cause I
Like on
think
the stage, you mean?
Yeah, I think the whole thing used to be made out of wood, like the
Mm.
building, maybe.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Makes sense.
so anybody who's ever gone to Johnny Cash, any of
Historic
them,
wood.
they've stood on that wood, which is kind of like that's kind of wild.
Okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I like to ask this question to just about everybody who comes on. Late night, leaving a gig. Are you the type of person who likes to eat late night on the way home?
Yes.
What's the go-to? There's not a lot of things open.
There's not. When we're finishing at 1 a.m.
You're right, yeah. There's two options in San Antonio, really. I mean, Mama Margie's, well, maybe a little bit more. Whataburger, the two.
No, those are like the go-to.
Yeah, there's Jack in the Box. Like if you're
Out of area.
or high, but
True.
what else is there? That's pretty much it, right? Taco Cabana isn't open late anymore, are they? Palenque.
Oh, that is really good.
Taco Palenque.
I've only had that one time though,
Same.
but I was blown away by it.
Really? I thought it was way too greasy.
Really?
Yeah. Like I like greasy food, but like it was a little over the top.
Mine were fine.
Yeah. You had it at what, 3 o'clock in the morning?
No, at
No?
like
2:15?
yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's probably around 2, but I
What-
guess Mama Marjorie's because that's like
Yeah.
on the way home, kind of. I guess it depends on where
yeah.
you're coming from,
Yeah,
but
I
like
guess going
you'll go
towards
out of
Somerset.
your way
Yeah.
for Mama Marjorie's though.
Yeah, I can see that. So what do you order there though? What's your go-to order at Mama Margie's?
I get like I guess it depends. You can do like the chicken fajita sometimes.
Okay. I've actually never gotten the chicken fajita there.
Really?
Yeah.
It is really good.
Is it? I think.
But
who
I
was
go
it?
to is you can't go wrong with bean and cheese though.
Oh, you can't. Cheese and bean, like Jordan says. Jordan says cheese and bean. Silly.
He would.
He would, right?
I gotta say it backwards.
Yeah, you got to say it backwards. Okay, so chicken fajita. I think somebody else had said that. And
You gotta put the like nacho cheese in there though.
in the taco.
Wait, did I just say? Is it? It's not nacho cheese.
Is
but
it
like the
nacho
queso.
cheese? Yeah, I mean that's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Queso and nacho
But
cheese.
You gotta say it right.
But so it's not a quesadilla. It's
No,
chicken
it's just-
fajita with nacho cheese.
You can add it in that. I would normally put it in my bean and cheese.
Oh, you put the you're talking about the queso and the bean and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, so more cheese on top of the cheese?
Yeah. And also what is it, like their house salsa or something?
The warm one? The one
The
that's
warm
in the crock
one.
pot? That's the shit. That's the best one.
Yeah.
For sure. I like that. And you know what? I didn't even realize. I think Vinny told me. I didn't know you could order that in the drive-thru.
You can order like the pint of it. Like, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought you had to go inside to get it because it's in the crock pot, like in the dining room area.
But they have to fill it from somewhere. I'm sure it's in the kitchen.
I'm not that smart. I'm not that
We
smart.
always say like the Selestial Alcoser,
That makes sense.
What's
I'm
that?
see that. Yeah.
and they know like that's the hot one, not the one in like those little cups.
The little red watery ones.
Oh, those are-
Trash.
yeah.
Trash.
Like
right?
half of it is water, the
You
other
have to,
half is
like-
the actual stuff.
You have to pour the water out first and then
Uh-huh.
use the salsa. Yeah, those are ugly. I still use them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I
When you
didn't
forget to ask. Yeah, I gotta walk in.
Yeah, I gotta go. Fucking.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
So
All right.
you go all the way in when you want
If
that?
they're open, because sometimes I know the one like in Alamo Ranch, they'll lock the doors. Like the drive-thru's open, but they're not open on the inside. And so, yeah, I had no idea you could order it. But now I'm a changed man, and I know, and I can get it.
No more walking in.
No more like with the doors, you know. I want the warm one. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mama Margie's a go-to. Bean and cheese or chicken fajita. Anything else you order there that like you love? Maybe even like midday.
Mm-mm.
That's it.
I get that midday too.
That chicken fajita, really, man. I guess I've always been scared of chicken fajita. I got really really sick when I was in high school one time at a Mexican restaurant. I ordered chicken fajita, and I got food poisoning. And I've never ordered chicken fajita from a restaurant again, ever.
Well, you gotta trust mamas.
We'll see. Maybe.
I promise.
Maybe.
I swear. It's,
Yeah?
You'll never.
God, if I
Be
get food
afraid.
poisoning,
Right.
I'm blaming you.
I'll be like, I swear it's never happened to me. Like, maybe it's you.
Do you go to Whataburger at all if Mom Margie's is too far?
Yes, but I don't order what I would order like midday from there. It's like if it's after a show, it's like chicken tenders. But if it's like midday, it's like.
But you don't do breakfast at like 3 a.m.?
I can't.
No.
I don't know. Those people that go to IHOP,
Yes.
like, no.
The best. Oh, we didn't even think about IHOP. That's a good one too. They don't have a drive-through, but that's a good one. No, you're not a breakfast like at midnight kind of person?
Mm-mm.
Damn. Chicken tenders. I mean, chicken tenders are good, but okay.
Can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas like syrup and all that, I just feel like that's so heavy before you go to bed.
Yeah, but you eat chicken tenders with gravy?
Yeah, but that's chicken. He's all, no, what about the syrupy bread?
Yeah, exactly.
I've done it once and it wasn't as bad as I thought, but like instinct is, ooh, I can't have that much sweet stuff like before bed.
Too many carbs before bed.
Well, that and I feel like it would keep me up.
Oh, really? Like the sugar?
I think so.
Really? Not me. I'd pass out quick.
You eat the whole thing.
I'm going to eat like 3 of them.
Asleep in the car.
Yeah. Somebody else is driving for sure. Okay, let's get back to music. Enough with that. Okay.
Let's see.
Let's talk about things you don't like about the music industry. If there is anything.
I think how you were mentioning earlier, like how oversaturated some
like styles are?
Styles are, I guess. No, but I don't hate that. Like, if that's what you want to make, go ahead. I guess maybe I mean, I feel like it's very different. You know a lot of like male country singers. But like
I feel like there is a lot of male though. Like I definitely feel like that there's more male than female.
I think that's what I wouldn't like, is that there is like
there's more male than female.
More male than female.
Why do you think that is like that? Why do you think
I think people have an already like doubt in their mind, kind of like, can you do what the boys are doing and stuff like that? I mean, that's happened to me. Whenever I first started out, it was like, do we want to trust her with playing that kind of show? Can she live up to that kind of show? And then I was just like, just give me a shot. Like I can do it. And then you go and you perform and they're like, wow, you're actually good.
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine how many people you could have passed up because
Before
you thought that. Yeah.
Do you think there's also a reason though? Like, because whenever I see, like, you're incredible on stage and I think you've come a long way. But there's with like the history of country music, right? There's always been more male country artists, right? And so whenever you're talking about like, you're starting artist, and you're playing a lot of cover shows, right? So you're gonna, in order to cover the time frame, you're gonna have to play
male songs.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think
I actually don't mind it?
No, I know. I know you don't. You sing them incredible. You're good at it.
Thank you.
But do you think that's why there's the hesitation of like letting a female artist kind of take over? It's like, well, what are you gonna sing?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they automatically think, oh, you're not going to do that.
Right. You're not going to sing Stapleton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you go in and you're all, that's
like,
actually exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember that happening. It was very early on in my career. And a specific venue said that. But they were bringing up the females. They're like, can you sing her? Can you sing her?
Really?
Like
and they were almost?
Huh?
Like auditioning, you mean? Or no?
Oh,
they were asking you.
Yeah, because I was like, I would really love to play here. Like, that would be a cool thing to do. And they were like, well, can you sing all those female songs? And not in like a, can you physically do it? But it's almost like a jab at you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not Carrie Underwood. You're not those.
Like, you really going to hit those notes?
Yeah. And more, it's just like, if you were as well known or famous or whatever as them, we would let you play here. And that's what it was. And I was shocked. I remember that whole night. I was just thinking about it. I was like, I can't believe that was the response
that
to
was
me.
The conversation I just had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got me to think, because I never like to think, oh, female country, whatever. I never like to think of it as, oh, that's a downside. It's more, okay, if you think it's less than, then I'll level up and show you that it's equal.
Yeah.
Like, if I have to do that, then I will.
So you feel like male artists get less resistance when it comes to like, hey, let me book a show?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can understand that. I obviously have never experienced it, but I can totally see how venues would might do that.
Yeah, and I get it, because like they can have a whole set of male songs.
Right.
Which, okay, that's, you can hit the same notes, stuff like that. But it's like all I have to do is key it up a few keys and I
Yeah.
can sing it too.
And you're right there with them. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a really good point. And a really good perspective as far as like what you don't like about the music industry. Because I like think, well, actually, you're the first female artist, so really, I haven't had anybody else kind of give me perspective on what they think. I do think that a lot of many more female artists are kind of coming on the scene now, especially with social media and stuff. Um, man, I want to know if they've experienced the same thing and like how they're overcoming that. You know what I'm saying? How are you overcoming that?
I think it's the whole and it's kind of weird because people tell me this now, whereas going through it, that's not what it felt like. They're just like, man, you're playing these cool spots, which I am, and I'm grateful to the different dance halls that are like, come and play.
Right.
Like, we actually really like when you're in here. So for me, it was more, I was just going through the change as like, I'm not gonna let that stop me. That's like background noise. Let's just focus on the music, and if people really like that, then that's what's gonna put me further. So
Good.
I actually try not to pay attention to it, because if you're thinking about all the doubters, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna focus about all the people that come and tell me they enjoy the shows and stuff. They're putting their love into me, so why am I gonna focus on the people that disagree?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it kind of goes back to what you were saying as far as if you focus on the doubters and everybody who's trying to hold you back, you forget to look at where you are and what you did have to go through to even get on that stage.
Exactly.
And you proved yourself for that stage. Now you're trying to prove yourself for the next stage. That's awesome. Pretty cool stuff. I like it. Very good perspective there. I don't really have a lot more questions for you, to be honest. It's been a fucking incredible conversation. Is there anything you want to say, anything you want people to know about Selestial Alcoser, Miracle Baby? Your fans right now, and anybody who's finding you for the first time, what would you like them to know about you that they wouldn't have the opportunity to learn about you by going to one of your shows?
I would hope that you would learn that, I guess, just my heart, I guess. Like,
How so?
because I can write about certain stories and I could tell you certain things, but it's like, I wish you could just look in and was like, wow, that's her. I guess it's kind of like, I wish you knew who I was growing up into all of this. And like, I guess I wish you had the whole picture. Whereas now, if you're just meeting me, then you're just seeing this portion of it. But it's like, I mean, I guess that's what the music shows, is the evolution of everything.
How do you sum up the whole picture? The current picture?
I would say it is a season where we're just like knocking down doors.
I like that.
I think that's what it is.
I like that. Very good. Very good.
TM. Putting that on something.
I like that's a song. That's a song right there, knocking down doors. Very good. Well, I appreciate you being here. Incredible,
Thank you.
incredible conversation. We are going to be doing an acoustic session. It won't happen tonight, but we are going to do it. We're going to record it. We'll release it. So y'all stay tuned for that. Thank you. Big thank you to Alamo Beer Company for having us once again.
Yes.
A la Mango.
A la Mango.
A la Mango, available through June. Seasonal beer. It's incredible. That's what I'm finishing right here.
I know, we're both drinking it.
Yeah.
I said this before, but like, I'm not a beer drinker, and I actually really like this.
It's really good.
Yeah.
A little bit of tahini on top.
Cheers.
So thank you. That's it. I appreciate y'all. Peace.